Yo, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the Blue Lounge. Sorry, my camera was not centered. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys have had a good weekend. We have a long stream for you tonight. It's going to be a long one. It's going to go past the couple of hour mark because this stream was initially supposed to be just a match preview. However, it's going to be a little bit more than that. Let me just adjust the camera. It's going to be a little bit more than that. It's going to be a match preview. And it's also going to discuss the latest topics of the day, which is the Chelsea centre-back situation. Rudiger, Christensen and Matthijs de Ligt. We're going to be talking about all of that in the stream. The first portion of the stream will be to look at that story, where we are in respect to that. The second portion of the stream will be the match preview for Chelsea, Southampton in the League Cup. All right, now I'm gonna just address some of the comments and introduce the panels, and then we'll talk about the topics. Guys, thank you for joining. Thanks for everyone who's here. Please do me a favor and hit that like button. We're already on 22 likes with 15 people in the chat. How did you guys manage that? I have no idea, but big up to you and thank you for doing that. Big up to CFC Steven, always one of the first people to jump on the stream. George is back. It's been a while, mate. I'm glad to see you back in the chat. That means your account has been fixed. So big up to you, and it's good to see you back in the chat. For people who don't know who George is one of the first 1,000 subscribers on the Blue Lounge. Back in the day when we were called Baggy TV. So George, it's beautiful, brilliant to have you back on the stream. TV Press, Ziyech needs time. Yeah, we'll be talking about Ziyech in the match preview. Shalmark, Assalamu alaikum, my blue brothers. Wa alaikum assalam, Shalmark. Good to have you in the stream. Big up to you, Tyrone. And the Chelsea boy, 1, 2, 3, 4. You need to add 5, 6, 7 to that because we scored 7 goals in the last match. So big up to you, and God bless you too, my brother. Big up to Mo MDT. Big up to Boogeyman, who makes his return after a business trip. And big up to Dennis, the couch critic. How you guys doing?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Brilliant. Fantastic.
I'm good.
Josh B in the chat. Big up to you. Good to see you. Josh B, it was really nice to have you in the last stream. You made some good contributions, and I hope to see you in today's stream when we open the lines for the general public. Listen, guys, I want to show you a tweet. I had it up on the screen, but I closed it for some reason. Give me a second. Let me just try to find it. This is a tweet that really should be looked at, scrutinized, and I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on it once I find it. Guys, I'm sorry I had it, but I lost it while I was setting up the stream. Just give me 2 seconds here. We gotta find it. All right, so this is the tweet that I want us to look at. The tweet is from César Cancella. I hope it's on the screen. Yeah, it's on the screen. The tweet is from César Cancella. A couple of hours ago, he tweeted this. Exclusive. Andreas Christensen contract update. We've all been waiting to hear some news on Andreas Christensen. So what's the update? No contact between either party for the past 2 months. The latest offer on the table keeps Andreas Christensen as one of the lower earners at Chelsea Football Club. The Dane really wants to stay, but now feels undervalued. That is the story, and it's been published on goal.com by César Cancella. Now, there's also a caveat to that, and apparently Juventus are offering Matthijs de Ligt to Chelsea. They are offering Matthijs de Ligt to Chelsea. Now, the problem with Matthijs de Ligt, his contract is €280,000 or £1,000, I'm not 100% sure, a week, which is a lot more than what Rudiger is demanding and a lot more than what Christensen is asking for. So this is where we are. Chelsea seem to be keen on Matthijs de Ligt per reporting in the past. I have heard that there's talks currently between Mino Raiola and Marina Granovkaia in respect to Matthijs de Ligt. So there is smoke there. And as you know, no smoke without fire. So there is smoke in respect to Matthijs de Ligt. This story is not false. There is something to it. How much is to it? I don't know. How accurate is this story? I don't know. But this is a story that is making its way with all the journalists. They're all talking about it. My concern is, how does Chelsea get to this point whereby two of our strongest defenders, one experienced with great performances, one up and coming with a great potential and is also putting in great performances, get to this point in their contract without having been made to sign an extension, being offered an extension. How did we get to this point? This position is an uncomfortable position for me as a Chelsea fan to be in. To see two of the best three defenders in the league right now, in my opinion, are about to run out their contracts with Chelsea and could potentially be allowed to leave on a free. And Chelsea could potentially spend a ton of money to sign two defenders to replace them, who are not as proven. Maybe they're good, but they're not as proven as Andreas Christensen and Antonio Rudiger. This is the position we're in right now. And I want to know what your thoughts are in respect to this predicament that we find ourselves in. I'm going to start off with the point and perspective of Dennis, the couch critic. Let me hear your thoughts, mate.
Greetings, fellas. Good to see you all again, and always good to talk Chelsea with you guys. It's a precarious position we put ourselves in. Like the fact that we have these center backs who probably even a year and a half ago we didn't value as much as we do right now, and as a result, they've played themselves in a position where they're indispensable into the squad, and now we are at a point where we're caught between a rock and a hard place. I'm of the opinion that in Rudiger's case, the situation was just untenable just with Frank Lampard. Maybe there's something with his agent and the club right now, and not just with the manager. But it seems as though we can't come to a resolution right now. It seems as though whatever had happened at that period has really soured the relationship, and what we have right now is a manager who's kind of like taken him under his wing, molded him a certain way in this back three system, who clearly really values him as a center back, who and wants him at the club, but perhaps the relationship that was festering, for lack of a better term, before Tuchel got here, has left this situation untenable. I mean, we're approaching the end of the year now, and where I thought, even like 4, 5, 6 months ago, that we're just going to figure this out because Rudiger has proven that he's just invaluable. Maybe it's taken out of our hands right now, and Rudiger's looking elsewhere, well beyond the club. Maybe it's not so much about Chelsea saying, "Oh, here's your 200K." Maybe it's more than that. Maybe it's just the fact that he's been disrespected. In Christensen's case, I don't know what had happened. Like, I'm pretty sure Matt Law had come out and said that they are very, very close to reaching an agreement. If not had reached an agreement, it's just like, crossing the T's and dotting the I's. So that one's just come out of left field. I don't know where Nizar is sources information from, but it could also just be tied to this Rudiger situation where, Rudiger is now negotiating a contract at 200K or whatever. And, Christensen's caught wind of that and said, well, hold on a second, this 140 that you guys may have put in front of me may not be what, I want right now. And, they may be looking to renegotiate that based on what the numbers are. And if that is the truth and that is the case, then this is the Pandora's box that Chelsea have opened by letting people get down to the final year of their contract. The leverage is no longer there, and the ability to control the contract situation is no longer there. So quite a precarious position to put ourselves in.
Yeah, no, I definitely concur with you. For guys who are just joining in and are looking for the preview, we will get into the preview in due course. I just want to give a bit of time to this story. We will be talking about Ziyech, we'll be talking about Kepa, we'll be talking about Malang Sarr and all the players that could potentially be starting tomorrow against Southampton. We'll be getting into that, and I have a feeling I might be able to do a watch along tomorrow. I'm checking out my schedule, checking out my technical digital equipment, and seeing if I can do it. I'll try, and if I can, I'll let you guys know in advance. So sit tight. The match preview is coming. Couch, great points, and I think the interesting aspect is this. It seems that both Christensen and Tony Rudiger want to stay at Chelsea Football Club. They don't have desire to move. They are asking for their value, what they deserve to earn in comparison to what everybody else who is playing at that level is earning. So from that aspect, I think, and from what I know, the negotiations are still continuing. This fact that it's been 2 months since Christensen has heard anything, I'm not sure how accurate that is. I'm going to move to Mo. I'm going to leave Boogeyman's perspective to the end. I'm going to go to Mo. Mo, what's your thoughts on this? I mean, are we about to lose Rudiger and Christensen?
Good afternoon, guys. Good evening, Boogie, Couch, and Mo. Thanks for having me, Mo.
Pleasure.
To be honest with you, I will start with Christensen first. I didn't want to say anything, but the reason why there's a delay, what Nazar said is not correct, fully correct, but it's not fully wrong. What happened is he's 25 years old. When you're 25, Chelsea want him to sign 5 years. He will be 30 the next time he negotiates. What happened is, at this time of the year, I was told by an agent that Christensen's agent will be negligent or stupid for him not to negotiate a deal where in the next 3 years, if Chelsea win titles or he makes certain amount of appearance or clean sheet, they have to renegotiate the deal because this will technically be his last deal. So those are the things that they need to iron out. It's not about whatever. Chelsea want him to sign 5 years at that money. He doesn't mind signing it, but he want the contract renegotiated. Is it Van Dijk? Van Dijk did it. He was 27 when he signed for Liverpool. 30, Liverpool renegotiate as well for him to have a better pay because that's your last payment. So that's the reason. I don't think it's as deep as that. But the club are being stingy that's a little bit of whatever. If the club agreed to that 2-3 years, they will renegotiate again, which is fair. Let's be honest, it's fair. Because that will be his last payment. Now, if he signs 5 years, he will be 30. At 30, there's no way he has an upper hand on Chelsea. So he's right. The agent will be negligent to let Christensen sign this deal now, the way it is. And the other part of them not signing now, the club offered them contract last year, and the club will draw it. The agreement was almost done, both Christensen and Rudiger, on lesser money than now, and they agree with it. Okay, the club will draw it because of issues going on within them and the manager. So that's not on them now. They don't want to take that money the club is offering them. So I agree with them, because now their performance is better. If I'm performing better, you cannot pay me what you wanted to pay me when I wasn't playing. So they are within their right. But Christensen, that's the only issue. If the club can offer him that condition where they put a clause in it, if his performance are okay and we want trophies and stuff like that, they have to renegotiate after 2 or 3 years, then that will be his final big deal, big pay. So
sure,
I agree with that.
But no, spot on, and I think that is the logical thing to happen. But why are we at this point now where the contract is expiring in 6 months and we're doing this now? Why didn't we do this last year or the year before that? Why
that's what I'm saying.
Why do you think?
Last year, both Christensen and Rudiger, if it wasn't for Neil Bath at the academy, Christensen would have been sold because he was that bad. The situation wasn't that good, to be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be realistic here. Last year, November, December, January.
Yeah, we'll play different formation, yeah.
No, I don't think it's the formation even, because the thing is, people are mixing this formation. I don't think it's even the formation. The relationship was so bad, players were not even... There are things that went on between them. And the club will draw their offer. The club offered them contract. That's what we fail to understand. The beginning of last season, they were offered contract. And the club will draw the contract. So that's not on the players. The club will draw the contract, say they will negotiate at the end of this season. So what ended up happening, Tuchel came in, we won the Champions League, and the club opened renegotiation. So that's on the club. It's not on the player. So that's on the club. That's what that's on the club. That's why we are here. We are here because of somebody at the club decided to withdraw an offer that was available to the player. So that's why we are here. On Rudiger's part, if Chelsea, because everything I know, or I heard, is Chelsea are willing to meet certain whatever. But the thing is, he's not talking to anybody. Anybody that's telling you Rudiger is talking to any club, whatever, is a lie. Maybe he's a representative, but Rudiger is not talking to nobody. He's not concentrating on anything like that. 100% is football, whatever, at the end of the day. But the problem Chelsea have now is up to January. Because when it comes to January, Rudiger needs to plan his life. Because he's married, he has kids. He needs to plan where he's going to live in the following season. Okay? So if Chelsea don't offer the offer that people think they're going to offer him, obviously he's within his right when it comes to January to figure out what he's going to do next year.
Yeah.
Okay, because right now people believe that Chelsea will offer him that the money, the 200 or whatever. But it's up to Chelsea. Chelsea haven't put that yet on the table. Chelsea believe they will do it. But the arrogant in Chelsea right now, they believe that whenever they offer it, Rudiger will accept it.
Okay.
And that's not nice. So that in that case, that's what's going on. The club is just taking their time. I don't know why they're doing that.
Okay. All right.
So that's not taking.
All right. Yeah. Not sweet. Nice. Okay. Well, I get that. I see that. Disagree with the position of the club. I think the club shouldn't be putting us fans, the squad, the team in this predicament. I agree with you that Tuchel is probably pushing hard to get both of these players the contract that they deserve, because Tuchel knows the ability and capability of both these players. When I said the formation, it's because they suit the three at the back formation that Tuchel is playing. Therefore, they have shown their their ability in that system. And for me, Tuchel has put a lot of faith in them. Go on, Mon. You're going to say something?
I forgot to mention one last thing.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
The manager doesn't want to push the club because of a fallout with somebody. He did fall out with Borussia Dortmund for pushing. He fall out in PSG as well for pushing. Right now, He tells the club how he feels. He wants the players, so it's up to the club. He's not pushing anybody at the club. The club knows what the manager wants, so it's up to the club. So nobody. That's why Tuchel will not come and throw his pram, throw out of the pram or whatever. So that's the reason, because he loves his job. He likes it at Chelsea, but he will not push that how he used to push before.
Sure.
Like Conte did, Mourinho did. He will not do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, in the past, we've seen the result of of managers pushing. The most recent one was Conte, and that got him on bad terms with the board quite quickly, and the rest is history. So, I want to get Boogeyman's take on this now. Boogeyman, I want you to address both these scenarios or situations, but also give me your take on the fact that Juventus are offering De Ligt. They are, because the reports today suggest that they are offering. From what I understand and from what I knew, Chelsea were interested in purchasing De Ligt, but today the report is that he has been offered to Chelsea. Now, in your opinion, does De Ligt offer us anything more than what we already have? Should Chelsea focus their efforts on Christensen, Rudiger, rather than splash the money out to bring in De Ligt? So give me your thoughts on this story, Boogeyman.
Hi, thanks for having me, man.
My pleasure, man.
De Ligt, I think, is the situation with the contract situation of Christensen and Rudiger may put that in a situation where we have to listen to Juventus when it comes to De Ligt. So I don't think it will be a bad thing to start looking at their options, because I'm not too sure how to feel about Rudiger and Christensen anymore. Listen, I agree with what Carl Cudicini and Mo said. They have said the problem with me is, okay, the club made a mistake. The club disrespected Rudiger, yeah, but that thing been going on for how many months now? Like, I understand. They disrespected. They put a contract on the table. They take the contract back. They were not good back in last year. They've been playing for 6, 7, 8 months now. Everybody knows exactly what it is. Like anybody, when people are saying it's not really money issue when it comes to Rudiger. Okay, what is it? What exactly do Rudiger want? Okay, other people are saying Chelsea, Rudiger want to stay. Chelsea is willing to pay whatever Rudiger want, but Chelsea is not. The contradiction is just boggling my mind at this point, because I just want to see some sense in what exactly, and I cannot find it, and that bothered my mind so badly. Because at this point, if you ask me, I'm with Rudiger in the entire situation, because at the beginning I didn't like it at all what happened to him. But if Mo said it's not money, just what is it? If money is not the issue, yeah, you will be disrespected. Yeah, I know that. If you don't want to stay, then let me make it clear you're not going to stay. No, don't drag this thing around and play with our the fan mind and just keep saying, okay, Rudiger wants to stay. It's not a problem with him. Rudiger is becoming a problem for me now at this point, anyways, because I have enough now supporting him or thinking he's not a problem, but now I'm getting enough with him. So when it comes to Christensen, I thought they have reached an agreement already. And all these things that are coming up now, if you have an agreement, doesn't mean it's a pre-contract or something that would be like, oh, we agree on this one. It's just when to announce it, the situation is. Let's just say something like during the negotiation, Christensen was told, hey, listen, for a defender at Chelsea, we're not going to pay more than 200. And because you're still young, and we will give you 5 years contract, and after 3 years you can renegotiate. So, but that 5-year contract, the starting wage is 180,000. But we at Chelsea, we're not going to pay more than 200 to any defender. And then he heard that Rudiger is going to be making 240, for example. And like he said, no, in the contract, it's said no Chelsea defender will be making more than 200. That's why I will accept the 180. Now that I heard that Rudiger is making this, I want my contract to be. Yeah, if that's the case, yeah, he is in his right to ask for renegotiation. Yeah, but then Chelsea has to say, okay, yeah, now the top or the cap is 240, and we will offer you something like that, or instead of 3 years, we will do it in 2 years or something. So my problem is I don't believe too much in. To be honest, I don't believe too much in the Christensen story because I heard there is an agreement, and Christensen have said multiple times that the new coach Tuchel has given me a lot of confidence, and he has a lot of trust in me, and that's what. And he was pretty much Christensen is from our academy, so I don't think he's looking to go anywhere else. And I didn't even understand anyone saying that Christensen has a problem with Lampard. I don't think so. Rudiger, I know that. But when it comes to Christensen, I know sometimes he didn't play. He was criticized because he was weak and all those things. But I don't think Rudiger's situation is a problem. Delete, now I'm open that we should start looking at Delete. If he has to come up with less money and no too much issue with his agent, let's just sign him because I'm having enough with Rudiger at this point. That would be my point.
All right, brilliant. It's a twist. It's a twist in regards to this standpoint. Are we backing the player? Are we backing the club? Are we backing the negotiation? It's a slight twist there, Boogeyman, and we'll address that. I have two people who have joined the stream. I'm going to give them both a couple of minutes to give me their thoughts. People in the chat, the link is there. It's in the pinned comment. It will be there for the next 10-15 minutes. So if you want to come on and give us your thoughts on this particular topic, you're welcome to do so. I'm going to leave Declared last because I want to keep him on for a little bit longer. I'm going to go to Josh B. Josh B, welcome to the stream. Give me your thoughts on this situation, mate.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Josh.
I'm going to base this off what Fabrizio Romano said. I'm going to start off with Rudiger. Tuchel said that Tony Rudiger has established himself exceptionally since the first day he arrived. Rudiger is a good player, probably the best in the league right now, and he's proved himself. And he's a leader, and he plays in incredibly a high level. But Chelsea has still not yet to extend his contract. But he wants to stay. It's not like he wants to leave the club. But there's no agreement yet.
Josh, I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second. Do you think Chelsea should pay him what he deserves, what he is demanding, or should Chelsea keep on haggling, negotiating, and they may end up losing him? How do you think Chelsea should deal with this situation?
It's simple. Chelsea should just pay him.
Right.
Rudiger is one of our best centre backs. We shouldn't be negotiating anything. We should just pay him straight up. We can negotiate for Christensen, but I think we need to pay Rudiger straight up.
Wait. Why should we treat that player differently to this player? What exactly is your thought on that? Why?
Because, as he said, Christensen didn't play that much under Frank Lampard. He's played a little bit under Tuchel, but not that much that he would want to, if you get what I mean. And Rudiger, he's been playing a lot of. I think, I don't know if he started every single game, but he's played a lot of games. And
all right,
yeah.
A twist. Should we consider De Ligt to replace one of these two defenders?
To replace Christensen.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, why?
De Ligt when I watched the Juventus versus Chelsea game, I watched De Ligt specifically because on Twitter I heard Fabrizio Romano talking about something about De Ligt, and he said, "Watch out for De Ligt versus the Chelsea game." And then I watched the Chelsea game. De Ligt made good tackles. He was demanding. Him and Rudiger at the back. I imagined it's I don't know. It would like suit Rudiger having someone powerful next to him.
Yeah, I
Like
think the fact that the experience that he brings on, the pace, maybe a little bit of the the reputation, the marketability. I think De Ligt does have things to offer, but in my opinion,
I don't think we should get him now.
I think to replace Christensen might be a mistake, because I think we need to strengthen, because we are going to have players leaving. We are going to have players dipping, in form. I mean, Azpilicueta, his age, Thiago Silva, his age. So I think we can bring De Ligt in to support, and then maybe take over the mantle for these other players. Before I let you go, I have a feeling Boogeyman wants to say something to you. Boogeyman, do you want to say something to Josh B?
Listen, George B, his point is, just imagine De Ligt with Rudiger as a centre back. That I wouldn't mind it. Like, if Christensen keep playing that game, he can leave. I don't mind it at all, because at this point, I just want a stable centre back, or I don't want any crisis in our defense line. If something needs to happen, let's just that happen now, and we move on. Chelsea, let's make sure Rudiger wins us something this season, because I think we are on the verge of doing something amazing this season with the team, the way the team is turning at this point. And let's just pull all those contract stories aside, and we know Rudiger is going to play 6 months for the rest of the season. Christensen is going to stay till the end of the season, and let's just negotiate De Ligt for next season and make sure this team keep going till some time. And if they want to leave, listen, they can go, they can bounce. Nobody's forcing them to stay. Simple as that. I reached that point already. I don't want to keep talking about not because of the channel. I just have, because I'm not getting enough information. Anything I'm getting is just a lot of contradictions. I've been hurt before. I had a problem with my boss before. We all have the same issue all the time. But if one of the party decided to, or if both come to any conclusion, what's the problem? I don't just see the problem anymore. If the problem is still there, then that just means that whatever information we're getting is not complete. It's just something someone is holding, or someone is playing game, or Rudiger is never signed.
I just said exactly. I agree with you 100%.
Rudiger is never going to sign, but just can't play with us. Or Chelsea are never going to give anybody contract past certain cap, and they just keep holding the fan around. And that's not normal. Like, if there is an agreement, just get it over with so we can. I will keep talking about it on this channel, that's for sure. I'm happy of talking about it, but I think at this point, let's get De Ligt as a backup, and I will be happy to see Rudiger and De Ligt, or Christensen of De Ligt. I don't mind which one of the two defenders will be gone. But
wait, I got to ask something.
Go on, Josh.
Boogeyman. If you I know there's not talks right now, like not anymore, about Koundé. Who would you choose without him or De Ligt? Koundé or De Ligt?
De Ligt had something. I think he has. He was Ajax captain, right? And for me, for some reason, Chelsea is a way bigger of a team that we always need someone with quality and leadership. So I'll bounce directly to De Ligt. I'm not even. For me, there is no. I'm not going to think too much. If we put De Ligt and the French defender, I forgot his name again.
Koundé. To be fair, Boogeyman, I think we can get both, because they play in different positions. Koundé will probably be a suitable replacement for Aspi, because he can play as the right centre back as well as the right wing back or the right back. So he could fill that role. Josh B, thank you for coming on. Pleasure to hear your point of view, and we will see you again. Take care, brother.
Thank you.
Stay in the chat. Yeah.
All right.
Cheers, Josh. Cheers, Josh. Declared, welcome to the stream. How you doing, my man?
Good morning, guys.
What's up, big man?
Good
to
evening.
see you again.
Good evening. Good morning,
Boogeyman, Mo,
for us.
Kazim. Good morning, huh?
This is the guy from Australia or New Zealand.
Yeah.
Right?
Australia.
Australia.
The guy who never sleeps. The guy who never sleeps.
Yeah.
Declared, man, give me your thoughts on this story, mate, on this topic.
You know, I've been hearing people just say, just sign him. You just got to sign. Just sign the contract. You know, but no one really takes the time to really dissect. You know, dissect what's happened, especially Rudiger. Let me start with Rudiger. Rudiger has been here like 4 seasons now, and he's had a bit of a rough history. We were trying to sell him during last season, you know, with Lampard. They were trying to get rid of him, and he's copped abuse, which you guys mentioned for Lampard sacking. He's had a little bit of a rough history. Now he finds himself in a position of leverage, right? Which I think what he's asking for is almost compensation, right? Not only compensation, but I'm not going to go against any player, you know, against their career. So he can do what he wants to do, right? He's going to make his career choice. I'm not going to go against that. And so this is his last big contract. His last big contract. He finds himself in a big team, in leverage. Of course, he's going to ask for a lot of money. Now, I don't know where he stands. He might be doing what the name that can come to my head was what Ozil did. What Ozil did and Sanchez did, they found themselves in a similar position, and they asked for a huge wage, right? That's a win-win situation. They wanted to leave. If you pay the wage, I'll stay, but I'm on big money. If I leave, I can go get big money anyway because I'm a free transfer, and I get to go to the club I want, right, of my choosing. So Rudiger could find himself in a similar position than that, and I think the added price hike is maybe compensation for the rough history. Now, Christensen, on the other hand, I think that's an easy one to do. I think he'll sign. I was like everyone. I thought he signed for the 140, but what Chelsea might be recognizing now is that if they give in to Rudiger's demand, there is a domino effect. So when he says, when people just say, you just pay him 200, it might not be that. It might be 200, and then, you know, 180, 150 plus for Christensen, and then there might be more wage demands, higher wage demands, and it's just a domino effect. So it's not just pay 200.
Yeah, Declare, just 1 second though. How do these things come out like that though? Like, how is it that you have Christensen saying he's getting 140, it's close to signed, and then because Rudiger is negotiating at a higher rate, all of a sudden Christensen's reopening his contract to say, oh, well, hold on a second, now I want 200 as well. I don't know if I just think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on right now, and I don't necessarily believe a lot of what we're hearing in terms of
100%, because that 140.
One second, Declared. Declared. I'm going to have you stay on.
Okay.
For as long as you're available. Mo, I'll bring you in 1 second. I see you having your hand up. I'll bring you in 1 second. I just want to add something to. I want to add a point to the discussion, and this is Chelsea today are not Chelsea of yesterday. Chelsea today are not only the champions of Europe, but we have a team that won the title young. This is not the same as 2012. These guys are going to go on to bigger and better things. The guys in 2012, a lot of them were reaching the end of their careers. These guys, they're at the start of their careers. Therefore, Chelsea should have ambition to build with this team, with these players, because these players won the Champions League. They'll do it again. They have the ability. They've done it once. They can do it again. Therefore, I think we should be paying them the contracts that they want. I know what Boogeyman is saying in respect to if he wants to go, he can go. But that's the thing. I don't think he wants to go. I think these guys want to stay. But at the same time, they want to get the value that they deserve. And like MDT said, This guy is 25 years old. What contract is he going to get? If he signs a 5-year contract at, say, 170, 160, that's the biggest contract he's ever going to get. And this guy is potentially going to be, one of the best defenders in the world because he has that ability. And I'm talking about Christensen here. He has the ability.
You talking about Christensen, yeah?
Yeah. So Christensen maybe could get, and I totally agree with what MDT said about I'll sign 140, 150. But if we win X amount of trophies, if I have X amount of appearances, X amount of clean sheets, in 3 years' time, I'm going to have to renegotiate my contract. So there is ways to work around it, but I think we should be looking to pay the money because I think we should be looking at Chelsea as a club that is going to be one of the big boys, if not the biggest boy on the block. I'm not talking about just in the UK, I'm talking about in Europe. So have that as a caveat to your discussions. Before I hand over back to who was going to be in next, I think it was going to be declared on something. I can't declare it in more. Before I go into that, DJ Sav, welcome to the stream. How are you?
Hey, I'm all good, guys. How you guys all doing? You all good?
Big up to you.
Yeah,
up to
man.
DJ.
What's up, bro?
All good. Happy after the weekend. Can't complain.
Happy 7-0.
Sure.
Happy 7-0.
Happy 7-0, mate. And it was nice. It was nice to watch it and witness it as well, bro.
Congrats, man. I was envious. Because I saw the 4-0. I saw the 4-0 in the stands, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I got to see 4 goals, and then DJ goes the next game and he sees 7. So big up to you.
No, it's just lovely to be part of it, mate.
The hate is on, eh? More is hating, eh?
I'm not hating. I'm just happy that we both got to see some fantastic goals.
They were amazing.
MDT, give me your thoughts, mate. Give me your thoughts on what you heard from Declared and from Couch.
DJ Sav, nice to have you back. Declare, how are you doing today, my brother?
Good, mate. Good to see you again. And your bright pink talk, I like it.
Yeah, good to see you. Sorry, Boogeyman, I'm going to address something, like football contract. I don't know whether you've seen it. First of all, you guys got to agree on the structure of the contract. The structure of the contract is different from principle. So does it mean that there's an agreement? It means that you guys agree on the structure. How many years? How many days? The clauses? The different negotiations. So because of the newspaper put a clickbait to say, they have an agreement, doesn't mean what type of agreement do they have? I understand fans get frustrated, but football contract is not that simple. It's not like it's not a job like an employment contract. It's totally different because everything is negotiated, even image right, appearance, bonuses, every single thing is negotiated. So the structure of the contract is different. Okay. So the second part of it is these players, like example, Chelsea have done this before with Lampard. Lampard had almost 4 months left before he signed his contract. The same thing with John Terry. Chelsea have done this before. That's the way they operate. So that's why part of me, I'm a little bit worried. I'm not worried because this has been done. It's not new. It's not new with Chelsea. Chelsea operate this way. I don't know the reason why they do it. Maybe it's because of financial year. Because if you sign the contract right now, it's going to count. I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to count towards this year's financial report. But if you wait and sign it later, it's going to count towards next year's financial report, which helps the club. I don't know. Maybe that's why. But I'm just saying the frustration from the fans, I understand. But does it mean that Chelsea are holding back or the players are holding back? It just means that there are details that just need to clear. That's all.
Can I just clarify one thing? Sorry, I just got to clarify one thing. So their contract is up until June 30th, and then when they sign a new deal, it starts July 1st. So it has no bearing on when they sign it.
No.
Their current contract's
going
to be.
I agree.
Yeah, their current contract's going to be up in June 30th.
You bet they can negotiate with other clubs in January?
They can. 6 months left, they can.
Couch, you're correct in the contract will start then. But the deal is signed now, therefore the allocation of funds needs to will go on to this year.
No, it's when the contract is live. So you can negotiate a deal.
The contract will be live the minute he signs it.
No, the contract is live when it comes into play. So he still has 6 months left on his contract.
Yeah, but,
you start a new deal the moment it signs.
Couch. When he signs, MDT, when he signs the contract now, then he's going to get paid that new salary now. He's not going to get paid at the end of the season.
So say for instance he negotiates with Real Madrid in January, right?
Yes.
He says he signs with Real Madrid. He says I'm going to Real Madrid in January, and he's still at Chelsea.
Yeah.
What does he get Real Madrid money then, or does he get Chelsea money?
No. Because
that's what I'm trying to tell you. So it's after the fact.
But when it's an extension, I agree with you. If
the extension kicks in after, guys. I'm telling you.
No, Couch, it doesn't. You know why? Go and check. He didn't have that contract. He will tell you. It doesn't kick in. I will send the contract to you. You will see. I don't know whether it's disclosed. I'm telling you, when you sign a contract, the year starts from when you signed it. Believe me. That's why when
you'd have to show me that.
You get paid.
You'd have to show me that. You'd have to show me that.
Crouch, look. That's how it is. Or why did everyone sign in advance? That's probably a good example. Some people sign a year earlier, 2 years earlier. You know, why wouldn't everyone wait till 6 months to get the money? Do you know what I mean? That money kicks in straight away. That's what it's about.
It's when you
ouch. If when this contract, sometime the club go into a renegotiation because the player has played good and they're trying to increase his salary. Then when they sign something like that, it start the day it was signed. But if, for example, we are in this last 6 months, and if right now Christensen signed a contract, it has to be put in it when the contract starts. If Chelsea and Christensen decided it will be at the end of this contract he has, it will be at the end of that. Christensen can also say, okay, I've just wanted to start in December, which is after the winter transfer windows, that it can start. But in fact, right now, Christensen's actual contract ends in 6 months. If Christensen enter a new contract negotiation because he wants to prolong, it can also start after that 6 months. It can also start now. It depends on what is inside the contract. So
I feel you there. I see what you're saying. So they can tear up the current agreement.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They can tear up the current agreement and then negotiate.
That is in the negotiation. The idea.
Okay. I feel you.
But it can be done because that's exactly what this guy has. Kevin De Bruyne at Manchester City, he still have 2 years left. He negotiated one more year.
That I understand. I understand.
Exactly. So then it starts now.
Yeah.
So you're not going to say he will be paid the old salary up to 2 years. Then the last 1 year he will get an increase of salary. No, it's done now. But I understand why Couch is a little edgy because we pretty much at the end we're going to renew it. So probably that 6 months he will get increase of salary also. But I understand Couch why he would think something like that.
Yeah,
Couch, when your explanation kicks in, is like kind of what happened to Tuchel. You know how Tuchel in his contract had a Chelsea can trigger extension. Right, and when that happens, he gets paid the same. So that's when like what you're saying applies. But when a player renegotiates a new contract, he gets paid straight away.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean he can negotiate it that way. Because you can the club can say, okay, because of our budget, we will keep this till the end, and we will give you whatever you want from that. It can also happen. It depends upon negotiation.
If you are renewing, it's totally different if you sign. Okay, like you can sign a player for January, you can sign them for June or July or whatever. Renewal is totally different. Renewal kicking, I will tell you, 90% of renewal kicking immediately. The reason being is that's why Chelsea are being smart if they push it towards next year and re-sign them. It's better for the club. Okay, so that's why I understand. I see it both ways. That's why I see it both ways. Because sometimes when you're talking about contracts, you gotta I like to ask people that are involved in it. But sometimes we talk about players earning 200,000 a week. Do you know that 200,000 that you see on the newspaper include everything, performance, appearance, and everything? Most of the time, players don't even get that. You know why? Because that's the total amount. If they meet the maximum, that's what is printed on the contract. It's like saying Kai Havertz was bought for 71 million. 71 million, that's what it would cost Chelsea if he meets all the clauses. Like, what's his name? Anthony Martial. That's 50-something million, 58 million. That's what it will be if he meets all the clauses. But that's what is printed. The same with salary, the same with wages. People don't understand contract. They think that because somebody is being paid 400, no, that 400, that's what they say. It doesn't mean that he will earn that 400.
Hold on. I want to bring in DJ Sav. DJ Sav, what's your thoughts on this whole Rudiger, Christensen, De Ligt saga? Give me your thoughts on this, mate.
Yeah, it's getting to the stage now, right? I mean, going back to first of all, just going back to the contract situation. I mean, with Rudiger's situation, I think we all know here that in January the guy can literally talk to any club he wants because he's literally going to be out. He's going to be out of contract in the summer. He can go and join a club in the summer. Christensen, on the other hand, I do believe I think he's got 1 or 2 years left on his current contract at the moment, and he's getting. Is it no contract at all?
No,
nothing at all. Is it
sometime? Yep.
Okay, well he's going to be getting. He's obviously going to be getting that 5-year new deal, which is good. I'm happy about that. And going back to this whole De Ligt story, as I said to you guys before on the show,
DJ. This is the problem. Christensen says, well, at least Nazar Kansela is saying that Christensen hasn't had any negotiations for the past 2 months. So him and signing his contract might not happen. And you see, this is the problem that I have. I think this story, and I'm hearing a lot of good feedback here. I'm hearing a lot of good comments because we've seen in the past some of the big boys, the JTs, the Lampards and whatnot. Last 4 months of their contract, and then they sign. So the fact that these guys haven't signed yet, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. But a lot of journalists are making it out to be that, and that's my concern.
Did you? I don't know if you know, but I think you know him pretty well, Mo. In fact, he's one of yours, one of your ones that you brought him on the show quite a few times. And Andreas Christensen, your mate, he came out and said that he said the Christensen deal was done on one of his Twitters he put around. Deal done. Correct. So for me, I mean, obviously he's got some inside information from somewhere about that. So for me, I think that deal is more or less we can say is done, sold, and see. It's just a matter of when it's going to be released.
I spoke to him. Also, Matt Law has come out and said it as well.
Yeah.
I spoke to Andreas. 10 minutes before we came on air. He may be coming on because he tried to send him the link. So he may be coming on to explain this. But he confirmed to me that both Rudiger and Christensen want to stay.
Yes,
and they are.
I know that.
And in regards to Christensen, a lot has been already agreed. It's just a matter of certain things that need to be ironed out. Now, I wasn't sure what Andreas meant by being ironed out. But then when MDT said talking about this being his last contract and he may want to have it renegotiated in 3 years and whatnot, that's the things that he's probably working on right now with the club. So I personally don't want to look at it in a negative way. I think there is still time to get these contracts signed. That being said, this De Ligt story also has merit.
It does. And what I'll say on it, Mo, is like you, I heard as well from someone who actually kind of like who said to me that on the Rudiger situation, I did know someone did actually say to me as well that I know from he's quite a good person. He knows his stuff as well. Said to me that like you just said that he wants to stay, and they are still in negotiations with him. All this talk about him, yes, he could walk away if he wants to. The only reason why he'll leave Chelsea, as people have said it, I think it's more to the fact that he's not. What I'm hearing is he's not happy with what Chelsea offered him the first time round. Then all this rubbish talk about him wanting to go and play in these other leagues of Real Madrid. He wants to go and play for Paris Saint-Germain. Is a lot of utter rubbish. His main priority is to stay at Chelsea, from what I heard from some reliable saying he wants to stay at Chelsea and he wants to get that contract sorted out. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not panicking about it, because I think he will get his contract and I think he will sign. I think it's just a matter of us just being patient. On this De Ligt situation, the only reason why De Ligt's going to be coming in is not to replace him. If you think about it, we were going after, I know they're playing in different positions, but we were going after Koundé, if anyone remembers before the summer had begun. We were going after Koundé. It seems like we've turned our attention from Koundé now to De Ligt, because it seems like he's the one that could be more reliable to get now, because according to Sevilla and what I'm hearing, he's not going to come on the cheap from what I understand with Koundé. He's wherever the situation is wherever their circumstances in terms of finances, that Koundé is one of their price assets, and he's not going to come on a cheap. This is why I can only see. That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is, mate. And that's why I think this whole situation with De Ligt is come around, because I don't think the situation for Koundé is going to happen. It may still do, but I still think De Ligt's going to be more the possibility of coming to Chelsea with the likes of Rudiger and Christensen. And obviously, maybe I'm also hearing there's a possibility that Thiago Silva may be signing another year of contract come summer as well. I've heard as well. Extension
as well. Yeah, I'm hearing that.
So there's a lot of good positives coming out of this all. So I'm not on it all. I just hope we can. All I can hope for as fans is just hope it can just happen, mate. That's all.
I'm gonna give everybody a minute to give me their final thoughts on this story, because we're gonna go into the match preview in 5 minutes. So guys in the chat, do me a favor, hit that like button. We're only on 72 likes with 60 people in the chat. You guys are doing some madness here. How can we have more likes than people in the chat? We've had that since the beginning of the stream. So big up to everyone who's liking the stream. Really, really appreciate it. If you haven't liked the stream yet, do me that favor of hitting that like button. And if you're new, subscribe. Really appreciate that. I'm going to start with Boogeyman. Give me your final thoughts on this topic before we go into the Chelsea Southampton Chelsea Southampton match preview for the English League Cup. Give me your final thoughts on this story here, Boogeyman.
I think MDT has said a lot about it. Football contract include the basic salary, the signing on fees, the loyalty fees, some objective base on games, sub agreement, and for image right, and a few clauses inside that can be renegotiated. So I think if they say they reach some agreement, I'm pretty sure. I'm talking about Christensen. So that means most of them are agreed. Whatever that can be negotiated, I'm pretty sure they will find a way to keep Christensen at the club, because it will be mad for Christensen himself to leave the club, because he's learning a lot from Thiago Silva. If you leave, that's your problem. You're not going to be as good as Thiago Silva. And if Thiago Silva is staying another year, it's probably because we feel like Christensen need another year and a half to learn properly from the master, which is Thiago Silva. When it comes to Rudiger contract, listen, I'm going to be really honest. If I was Rudiger, I'm not signed from Chelsea. I'm bouncing, because I'm African. I know I have the whole village behind me. If Chelsea is not paying the 400,000 pound a week, that's why I can take care of my African brother back home. I'm not signed. I'm bound to Real Madrid and sign the contract there and get my money and help the village. So that's my view on that business. But as a Chelsea fan, I'm begging Rudiger to stay and sign the contract so we can all move on with our life, So that will be my 1 minute talk. Thanks, Mo.
All right, mate. Yeah. No. I love the insight that we've just had from you, Boogeyman. That's amazing. That's amazing. But you know what? I have to say this. You make a valid point. Because I know a lot of footballers from African heritage do that. Some do it more than others, but it is something that a lot of them have, because they've come from humble beginnings, and they want to give the opportunity to those who don't have it. I know Drogba did it in the past. I know Demba Ba did it in the past. George Weah, you got Mane currently doing it. Mohamed Salah is doing it for people in Egypt. So there's a lot of people doing that. So big up to everyone who is helping out. You're on this earth for a short period of time, and if you can help as many people as you can while you're here, big up to you, regardless if you're African, Asian, European, South American, wherever you're from. Big up to everyone who is helping their fellow human being. Couch Critic, your thoughts on this topic? Final thoughts on this topic?
Yeah. Again, lots covered and lots of good ideas here. Pretty much
in agreement with everything that's been said here, even though it is contrary. It's just I'm sitting in the middle the whole time. I'm very much juggling yes and no, right and wrong, and I just want what's best for the club. But having said that, I'm just kind of mystified with this whole Christensen thing, because it's come from reputable journalists that this deal is pretty much done, wrapped up. We don't have to worry about it. And if it's gotten to that point where it's gotten to Matt Law's ears, for instance, at the very least, a deal memo was put in place. And if you have a deal memo and it's been signed, the principles of that deal can't really change that much. These are the building blocks of this deal. I don't think it would have gotten to Matt Law without that being in place. So I'm a little mystified that his name is even being mentioned right now. I remember we spoke on this on so many streams about Christensen in relation to Rudiger, and like the assumption was Christensen's done. We're just waiting on that to be finalized and announced by the club, and then maybe we'll hear something more about Rudiger after the fact. And to hear today that the Christensen thing is nowhere near done, they haven't spoken in months, quite shocking to the system. And if it's true, it's put this club in a very precarious position, because everyone and their mother thought that Christensen is the rightful heir to what we're seeing from Silva right now. He's the guy that's going to step into that role and be our libero, our center back in the middle, the guy that kind of is basically the libero in that position. But if he's not there, I don't see a rightful. Maybe Chalobah, he can probably play there as well.
Chalobah
we don't have.
But Couch. The issue that a lot of us have as Chelsea fans is this guy's an academy lad, and and he's there. He's on the edge of becoming one of the best, and for us to lose him under these circumstances, for me, it's disappointing. I know what Boogeyman was saying about Rudiger, but in regards to Christensen, it's different. In regards to Christensen,
No, I hear you, but at the same time, players come and go. We can't really legislate for that.
Sure.
It's just a badge, really. But even with that said, the more scary part of this whole thing is the fact that we already have a settled defense, right? We have guys that we all can count on, rely on. And we have a championship defense. That defense has won the Champions League. And like you said, rightfully said, this is a very young team. We can kick on and go again and again and again with this particular setup. So to hear the talk of these guys not wanting to, or not being offered a deal, or having been spoken to them for 2 months, it screams of poor management and mismanagement. Because right now you can say you want De Ligt, you can say you want Koundé, but to say that those guys adjust to the Premier League, come in and fit the style of play that Tuchel wants from his center backs, that's a crapshoot right now, and that's even before we can take in consideration the fees that would be associated with these guys to bring them in. We're talking 280K for De Ligt. That's not even including his transfer fee. The guy's got 3 years left on his deal. He's not coming cheap. So a lot of that stuff is just it baffles me, and I'm a little bit mystified that this is where we are right now.
Yeah, doesn't make too much sense for sure.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and that's why we're talking about it. That's why
what I was going to say is, sorry, Mo, I was just going to say one thing, just one more thing on the topic of this. I've seen the club. I think we're talking about Christensen. I've seen the club that's actually that actually wants him, and it's not just him. Apparently, they also want our captain as well, and that's Barcelona. Now, my thing would be is, as much as Barcelona, historic club, brilliant, whatever they are, who at this moment in time wants to go and play there at this moment in time? Look at the way they're struggling at the moment in the Liga at the moment. You got a team that's just the champions of Europe.
How are they going to pay Christensen's wages?
Exactly what I'm trying to say, mate. And and from what I understand, that's the only club at this moment. I don't know if there's any other. I've not seen anyone else. I've only seen Christensen being linked, and I know they want him, and they want Aspi as well at Barcelona as well. I think for the summer. But as I said, if they were to go down there, okay, maybe people are going to say, "Oh, it's Barcelona," yeah, but at this moment in time, I think any player going to that football club at the moment ain't going to be that great, because a lot of players I can see want to get out of there as well as one. Especially with Koeman as their manager, unless they bring another manager in there. There's sort of, I heard of Xavi maybe possibly going down there. Obviously, we know what a legend he was there. But even if he was to go down, is he going to be enough to hold out to clean up their mess that they're going through at the moment? I don't know.
Isn't Christensen have won a year and a half? Oh, sorry, go on.
No, from my understanding, his contract expires in the summer. His contract expires in the summer, and this is the problem.
Exactly the same situation as Rudiger.
Exactly the same. Yeah, exactly the same. I'm gonna get declared, and then I'm gonna get MDT to give me the final thoughts, and then we'll move over to the match preview. Declared, give me your final thoughts on the story, mate.
That's it. I probably wanted to start off with what Crouch was actually said to me before got cut off. Sorry.
Wow, I totally forgot about that. My bad, mate. My bad.
It's all right. That means I get an extra minute, yeah?
You get two.
Okay. No, because Crouch brought up a great point, and it probably sums the whole thing up. It is smoke and mirrors, right? It's just like DJ brought a whole bunch of news and sources, and a whole bunch that he just said that, you know, we got to take everything with a grain of salt. It's just like how you guys brought up. Everyone talks about Delic. How are we going to get him? He's on 270. He's going to ask for a sign-on bonus. He's going to be 300. How you get? Why wouldn't we give Rudiger, a lower wage than what the league's going to get? Don't get me wrong, the league will be great, but everyone loves transfer talk, and we're not even halfway in the season yet. So there's a lot of, for me, there's too much unanswered questions. But the only thing we do know is that contract isn't signed, and we're asking why. Why? We don't do this, Chelsea don't do this. So we're going to ask, there's just more questions, and the news that comes out doesn't, I'm not too keen on it. Like Christensen, I think that's easy. And Christensen does have another big contract in him. So when Christensen gets to Rudiger's age, he's going to negotiate one more big contract. So he's got one more chance to kind of do that. So I think that one's probably easier to do. But for Rudiger, I mean, like, has anyone asked how does Tuchel fit in all this? Because for me, if Tuchel was really keen on these defenders, I think this deal would be done. I think because we've got to remember, this is not Tuchel's team. Tuchel has only had 2 players come under him, and Lukaku and Sol, and that's it. I've always asked, what's Tuchel's evolution of this formation or the way we're playing? So if Tuchel has something in his mind that he wants to do, and maybe Rudiger's not part of that, maybe he's looking for characteristics of like Koundé, and we're after Hakimi too. So there could be something more to it. If Tuchel's not as keen, but the club don't want to get rid of Rudiger, but they don't want to pay too much, maybe we're seeing a little. That's the probably key of the problem here. Because if he was really keen, he would say sign him, and maybe because like I've seen Tuchel put Marquinhos at PSG in the midfield, right? And that guy was doing 2 roles in how the way we're playing. He was playing in the midfield, right? Doing what kind of Jorginho does, and also when they needed to, he dropped in and made it back free, right? He was key to that system. Maybe Tuchel doesn't, maybe doesn't fancy him. Maybe you can say that because he looks at a lot of players as tools and that. So there's a lot of.
It's interesting, but I think he has spoken out a couple of times. I mean, obviously he's not going to speak against the players, but he's spoken out a couple of times to support the players, and also at the same time, his selection, especially when it comes to Rudiger, and more recently to Christensen, because if you remember last season, he'd prefer Silva, and when Silva wasn't available, he would go for Christensen. Now it seems like it's Christensen. If he's not available, we're going for Silva. And naturally, with the age and with the availability, it's going to be a little bit different this season than it was last season. But I do believe that Tuchel has a lot of ambition and hope for Christensen, and rates Rudiger really highly. And this is why the story of De Ligt is starting to make sense, because if there is a possibility that one of these two isn't signing, then we definitely have to be getting De Ligt. And in my opinion,
can I ask a question, Declare?
One second, Boogeyman. And in my opinion, even if we don't, even if both of these players still stay, then we still need to sign De Ligt because of the age of Azpilicueta and De Ligt. Boogeyman, ask your question, mate.
Yeah, Declare. I like the way or your thought of this whole situation. My question is: have you ever heard what Tuchel said about both Christensen and Rudiger? You heard that, and you still think he trying to mislead the fan? Is that what your point is?
No, because look, like I think Kazim's touched on, right now this is what he works with, right? And maybe in the summer he gave a big list, right, of players he wants. Maybe Rudiger's maybe a sacrifice for a different type of player. Maybe they're working under. He's working under certain conditions that we're not, or criteria we don't know. Yeah, right now. I'm sure. So Rudiger and Christensen, top man, right? I'm saying what might Tuchel want in the future, and how he wants to change. Maybe he wants to change the team. Maybe he wants. See, look, the only clue that I can have is Koundé. He was keen on Koundé, and Koundé has an interesting, unique characteristics, which he was a ball-playing defender. Almost people said he's like a midfielder playing a defender. So that was interesting, and maybe that was his man, right? And we missed out, and we're still going to go back in for him. But if that was Tuchel's man that he asked for, then that gives us a little insight on what kind of defender he might want. So maybe he thinks he can change the back, or maybe he wants to go to a back four, or whatever. We don't have much insight. We can take a little clues. I can take clues from past teams like Dortmund and PSG to try think how Tuchel might want to evolve the team right now to his own. And because if he felt Rudiger, I think we're still going to sign Christensen, but Rudiger's a harder one. If he felt Rudiger was essential to his game plan, I think that deal will be signed already. The fact that it isn't,
I don't know if
yeah, that's why when you say
Declare?
if he think that Rudiger is essential, like even after the game against Malmo, did you hear what Tuchel say about Rudiger? He just said, yeah, the guy just shown again why he's a top defender. And so I just don't. I mean, I understand.
Sorry, Gogi, can I just quickly jump in?
Hold on,
I agree with
guys.
you. Just a real quick point
just-
here. Just a real quick point.
Go on.
I just
go
gotta
on,
say
guys.
this one fire up this one round. I don't know if the signings are always coming down to the manager. He's a coach right now. We don't have the assignment.
Yes.
They're not managers anymore.
Spawn.
They're coaches.
Spawn.
So he'll say
Spawn.
whatever he wants. That's the club that's going to make a committee decision about who we keep. That's a fact.
Yeah,
Spawn. Spawn.
that's why I said, Crouch, that
So-
if he doesn't have the manager's blessing and the club don't want to get rid of him, this is where this sweet spot is. I think the manager still has some say, especially now Tuchel has delivered a Champions League, right? I think they're more open to what he wants.
I think, Declared, I know where you're coming from on this, and I agree to a large part with you. The only issue is Rudiger has history. Rudiger has had ups and downs with the club. He's had ups and downs with the club. I have a feeling that there are people in the club that love him. There's also people in the club that despise him. And this may be the reason why it's not as straightforward as just a contract negotiation. I think he may be demanding something which is a fair salary for a player of his caliber. But I think there'll be others who are saying within the club who are, and again, I'm speculating here. I don't know, I could be wrong. There might be people in the club who don't agree with that because of his history, because of his ups and downs, because there's a large percentage of the fan base that believe Rudiger is only suited to a 3 in the back system. He can't play in the 4 in the back system. So is he really a good a good option to have moving forward? Are we going to give him another 3, 4, 5 year contract with him being limited to that system? Another manager might come in and he might want to change the system, and then we're going to be stuck with the man. There's a lot of different chains of thought in respect to Rudiger. While Christensen, it might be a little bit different because of his age. But anyway, we've given this story enough time. I'm going to go to more MDT. I want to hear his final thoughts on this, and then we're going to take a very short break, and then we'll get into the match preview. MDT, Give me your thoughts on this, mate.
Sorry, Declare. I understand your
Yes.
angle, where you're coming from. Yeah, I understand the angle. But do you know Tuchel wanted to sign Rudiger when he had that issue with Chelsea, but Chelsea refused? They blocked it.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yes.
She wanted to say.
Because he wanted to partner him with Marquinhos. So he wanted him for a while. Even when he was at Stuttgart before he went to Roma. When he was at Roma when he was Chelsea injured, Dortmund wanted him as well. So that was Tuchel as well. So, and with, for me, I'm not worried. The reason why I'm not worried, Lampard was almost, I think, 5 months before the end of the season before he signed. This is what Chelsea does. It was frustrating to everybody. They did it to John Terry and Didier Drogba as well. His last season at Chelsea, I think he signed in that December or January. The last contract he signed at Chelsea, that until the end of his 12. So Chelsea have been doing this for a while. So I'm not. I know fans are worried, but I'm not. I don't know why. I feel like this is Chelsea have been doing this to players. They will sign towards the maybe January or whatever. And also with this contract, people are saying that he's been 2 months no negotiation. That could be like maybe the contract is with the lawyers. So there's an understanding, saying that, okay, we agree in principle on all this, whatever. We'll sign it when after this time. Okay,
Facts.
People forgot that. Yeah, so it could be everything has been agreed, but fans are worried, and newspapers are publishing this to clickbait Chelsea fans. We are getting worried and we're getting angry or whatever. And the players are looking, say, I can't say anything, and the club is keeping quiet because it's nobody's business. But one thing we should do, we should just believe that. I believe both contracts will be signed. That's my personal, because Chelsea have done this to their big stars before. They've done this. This is the way they do stuff when it comes to big players. They signed maybe after December, January period, and I don't know why they do it. I have no idea why they do it this way. But I think fans should be relaxed and just say, you know what, let's just wait and see. If it gets to January, nothing is signed, then that's the panic period. But right now, we're top of the league. Tomorrow, we're going to smash Southampton, and the blue flag flying, so nothing to be worried about. Let's go and just win everything. That's all I can say.
Big up
to those comments.
Mo. Listen, people, great story. This is a fantastic story, and it's gonna be carrying on up until the summer by the looks of things. So we will address it whenever more updates come up, because these are players that are important to us, and the defense of Chelsea is vital. Now, we're going to go for a very quick break, literally 1 minute. Then we'll be back. So go grab a drink, grab a snack, go to the bathroom, do what you got to do. And I'll see you guys in literally 1 minute. I'll speak to you soon, guys. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you guys are doing well. I just want to get a drink. Listen, people, now we are going to do our match preview for Chelsea against Southampton in the League Cup. Now, before we pick the teams, before we talk about the formation and all of that, do you guys think that we're going to see a lot of youngsters, a lot of people who are not being played, given an opportunity? Do you think that if we were to take a chance with these guys, even if we were to lose this game, is it really that big of an issue? If Chelsea were to go out of the League Cup, the Carabao Cup at this round, is that really that big of a problem? What do you guys think in respect to how important this tournament is for Chelsea's season? Before we start to talk about the formation lineup and whatnot, and I'm going to start with DJ Sav. DJ Sav,
Yeah.
what's your opinion on the Carabao Cup and how important is this for our season, mate?
No, I think it's probably out of all the cups that we can win, I think it's probably the bottom priority out of all the cups that we can win. But I still obviously want us to go and win it. Obviously, being a Chelsea fan, I want us to win everything, literally. And I can see changes happening tomorrow. 100%. There's no way he's going to start with the same team that absolutely trounced Norwich on Saturday. But he will ring the changes around. I think you will see. I think you may see Saul Niguez starting in this game, possibly.
We'll talk about that later in a second.
But in terms of the game,
yeah.
now, in terms of the I think for me, I think it's. I think if we can, obviously it's a bottom 5 priorities, but I still want us to go out there and win. I think we can. I still think we've got a chance of doing it.
Declared, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, look, I got to be honest. I never cared for the Carabao Cup, but as DJ said, you want to win everything. With our packed fixture, sometimes it could be a blessing in disguise if we go out of it. But it's probably how we go out of it, because I believe that he left a lot of players out for the Norwich game, and I think my best guess was that he's going to play. Because the Norwich was probably a half a serious team, and I think this is going to be another half a serious team with some of the players that were left out. And like DJ said, some people are going to get a chance, like Ziyech and Saul Niguez and maybe Sa and Chalobah. But I think it's still going to be a really good team. So even though I don't care about the cup, I think we're playing a good team. So I care if we lose with a decent team. But if we had all the youngsters out there and, they're getting game time and we lost like that, you just put your hand up and go, at least we got to see youngsters and, our youngsters lost, not our main team.
Yeah, give him a chance to fight for something. I mean, if he says to them, look, this cup is for you lot. Go out there, win the game, and keep going. Lose the game, and that's it. That's it for your for your game time. So. We have got a lot of good fringe players that I think could win the Carabao Cup if given the opportunity. Couch, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, I mean, personally, I'm not really that high on the Carabao Cup, but in terms of the squad, I think it's important that we progress, just because we want to have players that are on the fringes, like you just said, have the opportunity to get more minutes, and compete to earn the trust of the manager. So for me, this game is good for those types, giving them minutes, letting guys like Barkley, Ziyech, whoever else, Sar, give them opportunities to get the opportunity to continue to play. Because once we get past the Christmas period and the matches, get a little bit more serious, you want these guys to be feeling good about their football. And for me, that comes down to just keeping things ticking over in these cup competitions, so they're playing, and then also entering the thoughts of the manager, because it's a great situation to have if you have a bunch of guys that are playing well, and the manager can pick and choose who he wants to use in whatever competition. When you start limiting who those players are, it starts getting really tough come January.
Sure, no, I agree. Boogeyman, your thoughts on the Carabao Cup, mate?
Listen, I disagree with all three panelists.
Of course, you have to.
Tomorrow games, I don't even see the tomorrow game as just a Carabao Cup. see that as a game to confirm what we did to Norwich. I have a theory, and I'm pretty sure most Chelsea fans also have that theory. Is the fact that that team that blew Norwich out of the water or just destroy it, we want to see if that team can confirm again. So whether it is Carabao Cup or not, the next game after tomorrow game is a Saturday, and they have enough time to get back and play after Saturday game another Tuesday, and after that Tuesday, the next game is Saturday. So it's pretty much we're playing a game or two game per week or something. So or a game every 4 days. For me, it's simple. We have Werner and Lukaku, our two main striker, injured, and we want to try a system and see if that system will allow us to beat the bottom to middle table teams. How? Because if we want to win this league, we when we play against those middle to bottom team, we need just to destroy them and put like a good goal differential on the board. And I think tomorrow game we should go with our strongest team. What I say our strongest is at this point Chelsea does not have any more stronger because any stronger team or stronger player. They all fit good, and from the midfield, if any combination you give me in the midfield, I'll be satisfied with. Any combination you give me from in the defensive line, I'll be satisfied with.
I can see we're gonna have a lot of problems picking this team, man.
Yeah, so any combination you give me at the front line, I'll be satisfied with it. Because even if you put Barclay, Mason Mount, and Hudson-Odoi as the front line, I have no problem.
Wait. You have no problem with Barkley playing as a false nine, for example, tomorrow?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, my point is this. Yeah, my point is anything you give me from that team, like I'll be shocked. I won't like too much to see Saul yet, but if for some reason he started, you say we're not going to go into detail, but my point is this: whatever we go tomorrow, my theory is this: in the next 4-5 games, we're playing against those middle to bottom team. So I want us to just prove that those teams we're going to be beating them regularly with a system, and so that way, even if Lukaku and Werner came back,
Boogeyman, I'm gonna interrupt you for 1 second. Can you just tell me this? Do you think that the Carabao Cup is a tournament that Tuchel will be keen to stay in?
Yeah, I actually think that because the Carabao Cup will allow us to give game time to Hudson-Odoi, because that's the problem. Hudson-Odoi, he is a talent kid, but he doesn't have that much game time. So if we stay in Carabao Cup, Malansa will improve, Hudson-Odoi will improve. Let's say Ziyech will improve. As soon as a Pulisic come back from injury, he will improve. He has a chance to play competitive games. So we cannot allow ourselves to be out of that Carabao Cup, especially that we don't. It's not like we have 13 players that are really good and the other are not good. We have pretty much like 18, 21 players. They're all good. So we need to be able to just go to any game and win it. And I'm trying to prove a theory. If we can start destroying those middle to low table team now, my point is this: even when Lukaku and Werner come back, we know for sure that against those teams, we don't need both. We can just put anybody in it, and they will go there. So we know Shaw can play more game during the league and even during the Carabao Cup, and we know Ziyech can play more game, and Lukaku and Werner can also see once in a while on the bench and look at exactly what's going on the field. Like, because they're not going to be loaded all the time. Because that's the principle. I just want to verify that principle first. If our team, the way it is right now, can destroy all those bottom to middle table teams.
I think we are in winning ways, and I think if we take this game for granted and lose, have a defeat, then it's only gonna hinder our progression in other tournaments and other competitions. I think we need to keep the winning mentality going. So I think that tomorrow we should be doing that. We should be attempting. We should be looking to win that game, regardless of the competition, regardless of the opponent, because we need to keep the winning momentum going. MDT, your thoughts on the Carabao Cup before we do the formation, mate.
Well, okay. I disagree with Boogeyman because he's my brother and I love him. I'm joking.
Sorry,
Wait, you joking that you love him, or you joking that you disagree with him?
No, I'm just joking.
they're hating. You can feel it. They're hating, but
No,
it's
it's
getting
not the
warmer.
hating, Boogie. It's not the hating. It's not. No, yeah. The thing is, with the Carabao Cup tomorrow, I thought it would have played a lot of youth players, but tomorrow we have the FA what is it called? The Vanarama Trophy. Now it's called FA Cup, FA Cup League Cup. Sorry, the FA League Cup. The Chelsea under 23 are playing, so some of the players will not be available for the.
Tomorrow.
I think today or tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
So because of that, some of the players are not going to be available to be part of the first team.
Like Xavier and Bayamba, for example.
Yes. And Biema as well. They will not be available because they're playing that.
What about Malang Sarr? Malang Sarr is part of the first squad, so I think he'll be.
Yeah, he's part of the first squad. So so I think they will not. He will not participate in that. It's just for the normally. Yeah, they will be invited, but tomorrow they're not available.
Sure.
Yeah. And also Tuchel, whether it's at Germany or France, he loves all the cup. France, I think he went to 2 finals, if I'm not mistaken, on their League Cup. So I think he will take it seriously, but I don't think he will play that team that play against Norwich. Because
let's be honest, though, in France, he should be going for the League Cup, all the cups, like in that league. If he doesn't win those, it's embarrassing.
Especially PSG.
But you remember that affect them in the Champions League because they were knackered each time.
Right.
But one thing again, I think is we forgetting as well, us Chelsea fans. Do you know after this week is December? From the 1st of December, they're going to be playing every 3-4 days. Check the fixtures in the whole of. We're in October.
November.
What do I think?
November.
Yeah, November. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking about. Is my calendar wrong?
I thought you were
Have I time traveled? Have I time traveled?
This guy is taking 1 month's salary in my plan, man. What the hell are you?
I know I'm one day ahead,
because
but we're planning. MDT knows more than me.
a month, yeah.
Yeah, because we're planning holiday with the kids to go back home. So today I've been confused about dates. Sorry. Yeah, I thought December is next week. So yeah, that's fine. I think he won't play the same team anyway because some of the players like Callum. I don't think Callum will. Even if Callum, it's either he start or he come off the bench because the way he's managing Loftus-Cheek, I'm very, very happy with that.
We'll talk about the players in a minute. I'm going to go to Julius. Julius, welcome to the stream. How you doing, my man?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Very good, Julius. Julius, we're talking about the Carabao Cup and how important is that for Chelsea this season?
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's not really important. It's just a treat if we win it. But I wouldn't want to risk going in a strong team and get further injuries that would hurt us in major competitions. Something that annoyed me a little bit with the Malmo game is I felt we went too strong and Lukaku was injured, Christensen was injured, and that was not necessary because we should have won whether they start or no.
Yeah, no, I agree. Guys, StreamYard has introduced a new feature whereby the tabs of the what's the word here of the images is on the bottom of the screen rather than the side of the screen. So do you guys like this, or do you want to see it the other way?
It's cool.
That's all right.
It's cool. Okay, Julius, do you think we're going to be giving it a big squad, a big team, or we're going to play it easy? And I want you to. I mean, let me address it this way. Julius, who do you want to see us having goal tomorrow, or who do you think we're going to have in goal tomorrow? Because that will be the answer to the question, pretty much. Are we going Kepa or Mendy tomorrow?
We should go for Kepa. Yeah. because again, it's not a really important competition for us. If we make it far, if we get to the later stages, maybe quarter or semi-final, probably, we can start putting the first team. But in the meantime, Kepa should start.
Okay, and we're playing a 3-4-3 formation, yeah. Guys,
I don't know.
Always
guys,
going to be 3-4-3. I don't see
right.
anything else.
Do you guys agree with Julius about the goalkeeper? Are we good with Kepa tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd go Kepa as well. Yeah.
All right.
I
wanna
will
hear-
pick. No, I won't. I don't like agree with Kepa for sure.
Of course, Boogie Mo.
I want to hear what Couch has to say about the formation because he wasn't very happy about the formation. What's up with the formation, Couch?
Well, I just don't know if we have enough attackers to play that. We have more able-bodied midfielders, it seems like right now. And if we're going to play with three up top, who's that three going to be? That's how I'm seeing it. The midfielders, I think we can definitely sort. We can play, obviously Ruben, who didn't play. We can obviously play Saul Niguez. Probably not everyone's first choice, but he'll be in there. And then you could probably play one of Jorginho, Conte, or Kovačić. Whereas if you play with a 3-4-3, three attackers, we're very light there. Very light.
But then if we play this, who are going to be our two strikers? Because we don't have two strikers to play.
I would say Ziyech would get in there. He did play there at the end of the last game. And potentially Ross Barkley. I don't know.
I think Havertz plays again.
I'll tell you what.
Havertz again, eh?
You reckon Havertz plays again?
Yeah, I think what Havertz needs is a bit of bit of goals, bit of inform. This is his moment. I think he's going to play a lot, and he's going to show us really.
I put my hand
Well, he has
down.
to show us something. Yeah.
Havertz will be in the starting lineup.
You're probably right. I'm not going to deny that. It could definitely happen, but it's risky. That's all I got to say.
I was thinking.
I don't think so.
Tell you what. Let's do it backwards this time. Let's do the attack and work our way down rather than defense and work our way up. All right. So
3-4-3 then.
3-4-3, 3-4-3 or 3-5-2.
We don't play 3-5-2 against team like low table team. It just doesn't make sense.
Hold on. We did play that against Southampton the last time with Timo Werner and oh wait a minute, no, that was 3-4-3. My apologies.
Okay, so let's do it then. Let's go 3-4-3. All right. Now we're gonna go Havertz. Do you all agree about Havertz?
Havertz start.
Yeah.
Does anybody object? Anybody object?
Let's do it.
All right, Havertz is there. All right. On the right, do you guys agree that Ziyech will be starting on the right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I will put Mount there.
You would have Mount there.
Yeah, I think Ziyech will come as a sub.
You don't think that you'd want to strengthen or motivate him by giving him a start? I mean, if Ziyech
Saturday,
doesn't
Tuesday,
start
I don't
against-
know, man. Nah, you're not gonna play a guy like Mount Saturday, Tuesday.
Point. Listen, I understand what Couch is saying, but my point is this: I want to see. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm convinced of. Because when you listen to Tuchel last after the game, he says something like, "I trust Cho and I trust Mount, and it starts from now, and I will be the same thing." The next game on Tuesday, he specifically says something like that. Could the journalist ask him, "Show starting the game today and so Mountain, so you can see how the pressing was and the score earlier and everything." He's like, "Yeah, that's what it is. When we miss two of our most important player, when you come in, is you have to take your chance, you have to press, and you have to score goals. That's why you come in and starting today and Tuesday also, it will be the same thing." So. When I hear a story like that, my way of thinking is the three striker that started against Norwich will be probably the same lineup that will start against Southampton, but will be substituted a little earlier than because we want to see if they can score again earlier.
You know what my counter is to that?
Yeah.
The Malmo game where he played Lukaku and Werner, and they both got injured. You know, that's my counter to that. Like trying to play guys that you may not necessarily need to get the result. I understand what you're saying. You're talking about trying to see them kick on in form and whatnot, but I don't know if this is the game to experiment after just having that last week where we lost 2 of our strikers, and we probably shouldn't have lost the other of them. That's just my opinion on it.
I know.
You can't go in every game thinking players are going to get injured.
No, but you can't. You have to protect them at this point in time because we lost 2 strikers now, right?
Yeah, I don't think Mount will play just by fitness, but not on injury worries. Like I don't know how you use that as a case.
Well, I think that's something you have to take in consideration right now, like the injury worries, because we have 3 players out from all the attacking positions. If we lose more, we're going to be even thinner. And is this the competition where you want to take that risk?
Yeah, but the difference was Lukaku was an accidental tackle, right? Which the guy pretty much scissored his
I don't think that matters.
ankle. He sat on it. And Werner wasn't overplayed.
No, but he's got a hamstring injury.
Yeah, but he wasn't overplayed, was he?
He played 3 games in a row.
No, but
how many games has he played this season?
Dude,
no, he's been playing too many recently, too much recently. You know why? You know, somebody like Werner, the reason why there will be that hamstring gone, Werner didn't, like Kante, when Kante realized that he's getting tired, he always informed the club, muscle tightness and take a few weeks off.
Yep.
I saw Werner very tired a few weeks ago. You guys remember, I keep saying it. I said he's tired. So you can tell when somebody is tired, but if you keep pushing yourself, your body will break. And that's what happened to him. He's been playing, I think the last 5 games he played, isn't it? He did.
I don't think
for club and country, last 5 games Werner played.
Yeah, but then Mo, what you just say, in fact, goes as support what Declare was saying. So that means you can still put them on the field, and when they're feeling tired, they just say, "Okay, I'm feeling tired,red," and they get off. So why don't we use them
for themselves?
Yeah, some players will say it, but some players don't because they're fighting for their position.
Let's pick this lineup. Callum, what do you guys reckon? Callum.
Mount. Hey, I think
Cheek, Barkley.
For me, Barkley. For me, Barkley's play.
Barkley instead of Callum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Declared and MDT saying Barkley. Boogeyman.
I think it will be Mason Mount and Barkley with Havertz, or Mason. It will be Shaw, Havertz and Barkley, or Shaw, Havertz, or Mount.
We've already picked Havertz. And Ziyech.
Oh, okay. Then Cho.
Cho. Okay. Yeah. So we've got 2 for Barkley, 1 for Cho. Couch.
I'm gonna say it's Cho as well.
It's Cho. Julius.
It's Callum Hudson-Odoi. Yeah.
Cho. Okay. DJ Callum.
Yeah, same. Be Cho.
All right. So Cho is Ziyech, Callum, and Havertz. All right. Who do you guys think will be the centre of the park in midfield?
Sal Niguez.
I think if you're ever gonna play him, this is the game to play him.
I think every time he's come in, it's been poor. He's been poor every time. I still give him a few minutes.
I'll bring him on. If he doesn't play properly, you know what I'm gonna do? I'll send him back in January.
What might happen?
It might actually happen.
Yeah. I'll give him minutes, but I'm not starting him. That's for sure. I can't trust him.
Well, he's even got a blue card, you know. What did he get a blue card for? Was it? Is that the one to watch card or something?
Is it team of the week?
He can't be in team of the week, man. He has done nothing to be in the team of the week.
In the middle, I think it's gonna be. In the middle, I think it's gonna be Rubin and Kante.
You don't think we'll be playing Saul?
No, Saul will come off the bench.
Wow.
Yeah, but Mo. Why would anyone put Saul there? Yet, if you I don't. Why?
You can't put him in there
because if you don't start him now, you're never going to start him.
Yeah, but then
he's got to earn his minutes.
Chelsea
You know
anymore.
what?
I don't see the problem.
Listen, I'll take him
These
off.
are the type of games.
I got no problem to take him off. I got no problem to take him off. But I'm saying, if he doesn't play tomorrow, then he might as well just pack his bags and go home. Seriously.
Can I say something? Can you from here send him back to Atletico from your screen? Just send him, and so he can appear in Atletico.
I wish I could, but I'm not playing Ultimate Team just yet. If I play Ultimate Team, I'll just get someone from Atletico to take him back. But you know what? Seriously, Saul is so disappointing because I really had high hopes for him. But this is the thing. He wasn't playing in his position for a good chunk of time, and now we're playing him in his position. I mean, if we play him as a right back, he might even perform as a right back because that's what he's been playing for Atletico recently. So I have a feeling that Saul will start tomorrow, but again, this is our collective decision. So I'll go from Julius. I'll go work my way up. Julius, who do you think is starting in the centre of the park? The two holding midfielders.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
Yep. And who else?
Oh my goodness, this is hard. Yeah, I'd say Saul, to be honest. I don't know.
Ruben and Saul. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised to see Ruben and Saul. Because Ruben is on form. Saul needs to play. I wouldn't be surprised for this game. I mean, I know we have better options to pick than these two, but okay, DJ, let me hear your thoughts.
Yeah, listen, I agree with Boogeyman and everyone on here saying about sounding guys, but if we're going to be realistic, I've got a feeling as well, as much as I want Kante to be the one to come in there, I've got a feeling it's going to be sounding guys tomorrow starting there. And it probably will be. And Ruben, definitely, I'll put Ruben for tomorrow's match, 100%.
Okay, yeah. People in the chat, I'm getting a lot of vibes that are conflicting. Saul in, Saul out. Now, when I say Saul in or Saul out, I'm talking about the game tomorrow, not the club. So in the chat, just write me in. Because everyone's going to say Saul out. Everyone's going to say Saul out. So just in the chat, just tell me for the game tomorrow, do you think it's going to be Saul in or Saul out for the game tomorrow? Let me know in your comments below. All right, so DJ, you concur? Niguez and Loftus-Cheek?
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be.
All right, declared.
Yeah, I'm so. The other one's a bit iffy. Loftus-Cheek. I think it might even be Kovačić, maybe. But I'll stick with Loftus-Cheek for now.
Yeah, no, Kovačić is a good shot because he hasn't had a lot. Had a lot of game time. Gabriel saying Saul in. All right. Couch critic. Let me hear.
All right. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna go. First of all, we only have good options in the midfield outside of Saul Niguez. So regardless of who we play, it's gonna be a formidable midfield. For the sake of rotation and quality on the pitch, I'm going to go with Ruben Loftus-Cheek because he seems to be the guy that's deputizing for Jorginho in that role. And I'm going to go with Kante because he didn't play on the weekend. Even Gabriel saying Kante injury. Yeah, I mean, he's saying injuries, but like we have to protect all of our midfielders now. We have to protect Kovačić. We have to protect Kante. We
don't have to protect Saul Niguez. We don't have to protect him.
Yeah, but we still want to. Honestly, I don't. He doesn't deserve minutes for me. Like every time he's come out, he doesn't look like he enjoys football. I'm going to tell you guys what I see. He doesn't look like he enjoys football anymore. When he gets on the pitch, his body language just tells me he doesn't want to play anymore. So
I get that as well.
Until he can like play himself into some sort of a form in a limited role, I don't want to see him on the pitch. And I'd be surprised if Kante or if Tuchel feels any differently than I do.
Okay, so you're playing Ruben and Kante. Couch, Ruben and Kante.
Yeah, sorry, my mic cut out for a second there. Yeah, Ruben and Conte. Sorry about that.
Okay. Mo, let me hear your thoughts.
Yeah, the Saul dilemma. You know, the thing is, you guys remember when Chelsea signed Manish? He
Yeah,
was one of my favorite players.
yeah, what a
Wonderful
player. Yes.
Yes, but he came
Valencia,
to
was it?
Chelsea.
Porto, was it Porto?
Porto?
He left Porto, went to a Spanish club. He didn't work out. Then Chelsea signed him. Mourinho signed him back to see whether he can revive him from his Porto days. And he never worked out. You remember? Manish, one of the best midfielders.
He was brilliant.
So Saul,
Excellent midfielder.
thank you. With Saul Miguel, is the same situation. I'm telling you, he's the Deli Ali, he's the Spanish Deli Ali. You guys don't want to say it? It is.
Dele Alli of this season or Dele Alli of the previous seasons?
No, this season, since Dele Alli, the last 2 seasons of Dele Alli, is a similar scenario with Saul Miguel. Same age, same start, same everything. I'm telling you, he's not coming back. The kid is gone. The confidence is shattered. Diego Simeone destroy him. That's what people don't get.
I see what you mean. Yeah. You know, I get you. Yeah.
I'm going for Ruben and Kante.
Ruben and Kante. So that's 2 Ruben and Kante. That's 3 Saul Niguez and Ruben. Okay, Boogeyman, you got to decide this.
There's what, 2 Ruben and Kante and 2 what?
Ruben and Saul Niguez.
Oh, God.
So if you pick Ruben and Kante, then I will decide it. If you pick Ruben and Saul Niguez, then you've decided it.
No. You say okay. In fact, I'm going for Ruben and Kovačić because I think Kante should be rested for the weekend.
Then you decided it as Ruben and Saul Niguez.
Oh, I just decided. No. Then Ruben and Kante. Yo, Saul should have no business starting tomorrow game.
All right. So we've got 3 for Ruben and Kante and 3 for Ruben and Saul Niguez. Now that means I'm going to decide it. Now the way I see it is I would want to see Ruben and Kante because that would give us a better opportunity to win the game. However, I think he will go for Ruben and Saul Niguez because he is still trying to give the man an opportunity to redeem himself. And if he can't do it tomorrow, then that would be the end of his Chelsea career as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to go with Ruben and Saul Niguez as our predicted midfield. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to leave the
Boogeyman was in a lose-lose situation.
Exactly.
Regardless, why don't you just tell him that, mate?
It was checkmate. It was checkmate from the beginning, man. Whatever he said,
He
it was
changed his mind 3 times, but it didn't matter.
This is why it's called the Blue Lounge, man. All kidding aside, we'll leave the left winger and the right winger, right wing back, left wing back to the end. Let's pick the defenders first. Who is starting in defense? From left to right, Boogeyman. You go first this time. From left to right.
Left to right. Rudiger, Christensen,
Chalobah.
James played the 90 minutes last time, right?
He did, yeah.
He came back from injury. So I will go with Rudiger, Christensen, and Chalobah.
Rudiger, Christensen, and Chalobah. And I'm guessing Azpilicueta will be our right wing back.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put that in. Before we continue. So you got Rudy. And you got Andreas. Why don't I just give him a centre back card? All right. MDT, do you agree, disagree? Who would you change?
I will go for Sarr, Christensen, and Chalobah.
So you'd only change Rudiger. Okay. Couch.
Excuse me. I would go with Sarr, Chalobah, and Azpilicueta.
Interesting. Shaw, Chalobah, and Azpilicueta. Okay.
We need a captain too, right? We do need a captain.
Yeah, an experienced player. You need an experienced player. Okay. Declared.
Yep. Sa, Christensen, and Chalobah.
Okay, so Saw, Christensen, and Chalobah have been picked by pretty much everyone. Okay. DJ.
Yeah, I'll go with the same. Sa, Christensen, and Chalobah. I think he'll rest Rudiger tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. Julius.
Yeah, I agree with the Sar, Christensen, Chalobah.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my selection. I'm going to go with that as well. Exactly that.
Yeah.
For different reasons.
Before we, I mean, right back. Who do you guys think is going to be? Sorry, Boogeyman, you want to change something?
No, I just want to get people attention of the fact that Saul is a risk. So I'm just thinking Tuchel will try to mitigate the risk by putting the proper defensive line. And I mean, I know Sa will be a good one, but Sa has a lot of mistakes in him. And I just think it's a too risk and too vital position. And I just don't think it give us a better chance to win the game. Those two things is going to be difficult to handle. Anyways, that's what I want to add to it.
Right back. Do you guys think? I mean, I think we'll be starting with Azpilicueta for a few reasons. You know, seniority, Spanish speaker, especially with Saul in the team. I'm leaning towards Azpilicueta. We'll start with Julius this time.
Yeah, sorry. Which the position?
Right back.
Right back. Okay.
Back, yeah.
Yes, I would say Aspi because Reece played last game, and we need an experienced defender.
I agree. Azpilicueta. DJ.
Yeah, echoing the same thoughts both you and Julius have said, Mo. I think for experience, Aspi. So I'm going with Aspi as a right wing back.
All right, declared.
I'm leaning Reece James, just because.
Reece James, okay.
Yeah, I think he's missed some games, and Aspi's played way more, and Aspi could use the rest.
Okay. Injury concern that he's played. You know, he's just come back from an injury. He's played full 90 minutes. Not
I think that's even more to give him the minutes. I think the match, the slightly lacking match fitness, could be an issue, and maybe this is time to get some more minutes.
Okay, fair enough.
Question declared. So who's your captain on the day?
Tell him the games. Who else, man?
That's a good one,
man.
I'll tell you who exactly
Excellent.
it is. It's Alonso on the left wing back.
Oh, word. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go with Aspi just because I do think we need a captain, and for the reasons that have been stated, I think that he's the right selection. He didn't play on the weekend, so Aspi, right wing back.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Mo.
Yeah, I agree with Aspi.
Aspi is Boogeyman. You agree?
Yeah, you cannot have Saul Niguez and take another risk with an experienced player there. Aspi has to be there.
Sure.
With Saul Niguez.
How did Saul Niguez get in there, by the way? What happened? How did he sneak in the lineup, man?
You missed it. Listen, I was playing chess, man. I was playing chess. You missed it.
Oh, man.
Boogeyman. Alonso or Chilibi?
I think Chile need a rest. This time Alonso start.
I agree. I concur. Mo? Alonso?
Yeah, I agree.
Chilibi?
Alonso. Yeah.
Couch?
Yeah, he hasn't played in a while, so be a good time to give him some minutes.
Yeah. Declared.
Yep, Captain Alonso.
DJ Sav,
Yeah, Alonso.
Julius.
Yeah, Alonso.
All right, so that's our team. That's our team for tomorrow. Kepa in goal, Chalobah, Christensen, and Malang Sarr, with Azpilicueta and Marcos Alonso on the wings. The great Saul Niguez with Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the heart of the midfield, with Hakim Ziyech and Callum flanking the false nine of Kai, the silky German Havertz.
Silky German. Can I ask a question? Has Alonso ever been captain under Tuchel?
Yes.
Yes.
He has.
Yes.
Listen, Alonso was captain under Tuchel, and then Jorginho came on, who is the vice captain. He never gave him the armband. Azpilicueta came on, who was the captain. He never gave him the armband.
Also, Thiago Silva started that game too.
Did he?
Just weird. Thiago Silva started that game.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
And I was like, what? How is this guy captain?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened that day. It was a strange one. It was a strange day. Anyway, guys. So this is the team that we believe will be taking the pitch tomorrow against Southampton. You know what? It's gonna be a game that is gonna be quite tough because Southampton have been playing well, and I'm just thinking, will Southampton put out a strong team, or would they put out a second team? What do you guys think? I mean, I'm gonna bring in MDT on this with his opening thoughts. Mo, do you think Southampton will come up with will be facing us with a tough team, a strong team? Will we see Livramento playing against us tomorrow? What are we seeing tomorrow?
I don't think he will play because the last game I saw him, he played very well, but he looked tired. He looked exhausted towards the end of the game. So and also they draw in a lot of games. I think they only won one. They draw in a lot of games, but they only won. So they need the point in the league more than the cup. I don't think they will play their full strength. They will play that what's that player? You know that Adam. You know those useless strikers they have that keep jumping into defenders. You remember when I said the last time? That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna play them two useless ones that keep jumping into our defenders, injuring them. But Livramento will not. I don't think he will play.
It'll be a physical game tomorrow. It will definitely be a physical game.
Yeah, it's gonna be very physical, very physical. That's what I'm scared for Saul Miguel.
Listen, that's why I'm not playing Kante, because it's gonna be a physical game. You get me? Look after Kante, play Saul, call Saul, as they say. People, in the chat, before we answer this question, we're on 90 likes. Can we push to 100 likes? Come on, we're 10 likes away from 100. Let's push to get 100 likes. And in the chat, tell me, do you want me to do a watch along? And if I do, would you be coming to watch it along? Watch it along? Because I'm thinking about doing it tomorrow. I'm thinking about doing watch alongs midweek, for the cup games. So in the chat, tell me if you would be up for watch alongs, because I personally, I enjoy watching the game, just by myself, relaxing on the TV and whatnot. But if it's something you guys are interested in, to watch it together as the Blue Lounge community, let me know in the chat and I will consider it. What about you guys in the panel? Do you guys enjoy watch-alongs? What's your thoughts on watch-alongs, guys?
I mean, for me, it's kind of weird because I shouldn't be saying this, but my feed's a little delayed, if you know what I mean.
So is mine.
Okay. Yeah, so sometimes it just ruins the surprise. And I really like to focus on the game, to be honest, myself. So sometimes chats get a little bit annoying. But if you do it tomorrow, I'd probably be in there somewhere.
Yeah, Gabriel's making a good comment. He says that, the best way to do it is test it out. Try it. Let's do it once. I might do it tomorrow. But if I do a watch along, it won't be the same as everybody else's, because everybody else they'll be like, they'll have all these graphics on the screen, and they'll have, commentary. I'll probably be like this for like 45 minutes. I'll be like, just watch it like this. So, it's one of them ones, because I'm not really into doing that, but it's something I want to try.
At least you give it a try, mate. At least you give it a try. You never know. It might be, at least you're trying it out for the first time, innit?
If you get one or two of the panelists here that accept to just talk about it, like if too many people are not talking, or you have only two close to yourself and just commenting on all the action and non-stop, I don't see where the problem is, because I can just watch it and watch the game and listen. If something I can be on the chat and put in my message out. I hate, especially with MDT. If MDT is in the panel, I can tell. Oh, did you see Kai? Did you just see what Kai did? Exactly. So I would like to put those in his face fast. So that's what I was doing.
Live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So live. I don't want
MDT
to come and tell me, go watch the game. Did you see Kai? The ball keep bouncing on him, which was never the truth. So I think I'm okay with Gabriel A. When he said, "You try it out." I'll probably be in the chat and just make sure MDT and Couch are with you, so I can just.
Oh, I will. If you're gonna be there to comment, I will definitely be there.
But
definitely.
You know, worst case scenario, I will call in.
Do you know what? Everyone is gonna have a different feed. So one of us is gonna be the one which has it like in real time. A couple of us will have it like a second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, even 15 seconds delay. And by the time we actually react on the screen, and by the time the people in the chat who probably have the fastest feed, it's gonna be funny, because
Casimir, when I tune into some watch alongs, I adjust. You can adjust it. So if I'm in front, I'll pause it for a little bit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you can adjust the feed, and if you're gonna have full-time panelists, you can get together and adjust the time to sync up. So you guys can do that if you're really concerned about it.
What if the host is 15 seconds behind everybody? It's gonna be crazy.
They can pause and 15 seconds be with you. If you want to do that.
I'm talking about the people in the chat, because the people in the chat,
people are going to spoil it for you.
And I'll be like,
Just close the chat. Don't look at it.
You're gonna have to put that slow mode or delay.
Slow mode, 15
people are going to
delay.
spoil it in the chat for you.
That would be actually fun. I mean, it is a cup game, right? So I don't really see why we should be worrying about just try it.
Fair enough.
Try it.
You learn from it, and if you want to try for big games, then you know what to do. The problem is you just have to try first.
Yeah, I want to be there for when Sal rips it up, so I get your reaction and that.
Saul come out of coming out with the Captain Ambart.
No. When he scores a long range.
In that case,
he scores a long range shot. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you've done it before, right? I've seen
that's what I've been waiting for all the time.
In that case, tomorrow I will be streaming 1 hour before kickoff. So we'll react to the lineup, and then we'll talk about it, and then we'll jump into the game. What do you guys think? You good?
Cool. Yeah.
Good. Couch Critics, MDT, don't bail out. Just show up, I mean.
I'm only there if you're there, Boogie. If you're not there, there's no point in me being there.
No,
I need somebody. I need an adversary.
I won't
If I don't have an adversary, I'm not going to be
I won't
there.
go like. And Boogeyman, I love Kai a lot. For me, I think he should be given the freedom. But I'm just saying that the way you hash on other players, come on, they all have their flaw. I love him, but I don't think.
I will not open any debate.
You know what they say? Keep the same energy. That's what they say in your Canada and America, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Same energy. Wow, Mo bounced, eh? Mo knows where this is going. He's like, I'm out of here.
I'm here. No, seriously. I'm looking forward to this game. This is the kind of game that will show us some interesting things. It's not your standard best players on the pitch. I have a feeling, we're going to see Barkley rip, as Bobby would say, rip up trees. Where is Bobby, by the way? I've missed him today.
Yeah, I'm worried about it.
You
Hope
worry
he's
about
okay.
Bobby.
Hope he's okay.
He's good.
Bobby, if you're listening, we all wish you well and good health, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow in the stream. Listen, guys, I'm going to give you all a minute to give me your final thoughts before we conclude the stream. And I'll be honest with you, this has been a fantastically well done stream. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the first discussion, enjoyed the lineup. So give me your thoughts on the game. We'll start with the last person to join the stream, which is Julius. Julius, give me your thoughts on the game tomorrow, your predicted scoreline. And you got a couple of minutes, man. Let me hear it.
Yes. So tomorrow's game, I think it's not gonna be as easy, especially with the lineup we're gonna go in with. I'm excited to see what Ruben Loftus-Cheek is gonna do tomorrow. It's his opportunity to cement his place, maybe as a starter soon as well. I think he has the capacity and the talent to bench maybe one of the Jorginhos or Kovačić if he's consistent. But I'm not surprised if this goes to penalty. Hopefully not, and hopefully we don't get any injuries. But
That's actually a good shout. That's actually a good shout because do we have 5 substitutes tomorrow? Is it 5?
I think it's 5 for tomorrow as well. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Not
Yeah,
sure.
because I didn't actually consider that when picking the team. Extra time and penalties and whatnot. Yeah, good shout. Carry on, Julius.
Well, there's no extra time. It just goes right into
No extra
penalties,
time?
right? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no
Extra
extra
time?
time.
Yeah, that's right.
Brilliant. All right, that's brilliant. All right, I didn't know that.
You guys sure it's 5 subs? I thought they reverted.
Not sure it is actually. Not sure it is.
It might
I'm not
be.
sure.
There's
No, I think
extra-
it's 5 short on all the cup competitions, but not the league.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, not the league.
That could,
Sorry,
that could
Julius.
affect the lineup.
Sorry for interrupting
sorry.
you, mate.
Yeah, no worries. So my prediction for score tomorrow, I'm gonna be optimistic and say 2-0 for us.
Kepa clean sheet.
And Kepa clean sheet, and let me think about it. I'm gonna say Ruben Loftus-Cheek to score,
And Saul Niguez.
and Callum Hudson-Odoi to score.
Yeah. No
Good
Havertz.
chance.
Havertz assist.
Assist. All right. Fair enough. All right. Nice one. DJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, you know me, I don't give predictions. I just always back my team to win, as everyone knows here. I'm going for a Chelsea win, obviously, tomorrow. Yeah, I think we can do it tomorrow. It'll be tough, like Julius said. It's going to be a tough game. It's not going to be one of those easy ones tomorrow, especially with that lineup that we've got that we put out. But yeah, I still believe in my team. I believe in Thomas Tuchel. I think we can. I think he's got this game. I think we can win tomorrow as always. I back my team to win.
Yeah. Confidence. Declared.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I had one question. Is Broja allowed to play against us in a cup game?
Unavailable.
Unavailable for that.
Unavailable, yeah?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Anyway, regardless, I think Southampton put a weak team out. And this is a great game to see all these fringe players. That's what I look forward to. I think it'll be a easy-ish type game. Maybe 3-1. How about? Got to get on the sheet. I want to see him get on the sheet. And I want to give Saul a goal too. Saul, Alonso, and Havertz. There you go. I got them all.
And Kepa will concede one.
Yeah,
it'll be a
it's a
long
Kepa
range
type
shot.
of thing to do, yeah?
Yeah, long range shot, and he'll just like jump too late, and he's too short, and he'll just miss it, and one of them.
We can play about his dinosaur arms and that, yeah.
Couch, your thoughts, mate. Yeah, Couch, your thoughts, mate.
Yeah. Peace out to the fellas. It was a great stream once again, and love speaking to all you guys. You guys always have interest and insight, and I really appreciate having the opportunity to share time with you guys. As far as tomorrow goes, I'm looking at a 3-0 Chelsea win. I think we need to just kick on again. just like we have the last week and a half and a bit, just like really asserting our dominance over these teams. And we have the squad to do it. We have a deep squad, like these guys are now looking to, get into the good thinking of the manager, right? This is an opportunity to do that. Every time you get on a pitch is a chance to prove to the manager you deserve more minutes. And the guys that I see coming in are hungry. I think that Callum's going to be hungry. I think that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is very hungry. Whether or not he's going to be able to bench the starting, I don't even think there is a bench anymore. It's just whoever's in form you play. We have a strong midfield. That midfield area is second to none right now, and it's just basically horses for courses. What do we need in this game? Okay, we need dribblers. Let's go with Ruben and Kovačić. Oh, we need somebody that can shuttle. Let's get Conte in there. There's no preferred midfield anymore, I don't think. But yeah.
So you know.
Well, like I said, that guy, he doesn't want to play football, so I don't count him as one of them. He doesn't seem like he wants to play football. I'll leave him out of the mix.
Tomorrow we'll be sitting here talking about Saúl Niguez's hat-trick.
Okay. He smashes one in from right outside the box, mate, to the top corner.
I'm going to stay with it, man. I'm going to tell you guys he ain't starting. I'm going to say that he comes in off the bench at 70, and then he looks just as lost as he has the last 3 games he's played. Anyways, but...
yeah, I just love the way critics go after Saúl, but cannot go after Lukaku.
He's not a Chelsea player. He's a loanee, man. He's a loanee, okay? He's not a signed contract.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway.
He's a Chelsea player.
Yeah, but Lukaku's 10 times a player of him, mate.
I go on the strength of the performance, man. I always he doesn't look like he wants to play football. That's all I'm saying, okay? You guys tell me differently, that's fine. But aside from that, I think this is an opportunity to give some of these other guys a chance to really get into the conversation and, a little bit of a redemption for somebody like for Ziyech. Like, I thought he came on the last game against Norwich and gave us some good minutes. Yeah. So if he could come in and build on that and give us give something more to the squad, I think he enters the conversation again as well. So good time. I think that the squad is in a good position right now after the 4-0 and the 7-0. Let's get a 3-0 and just call it a day from there.
Sweet. Yeah. No, big up to you, man. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be an interesting game tomorrow. All
right, fellas. We'll talk soon. I'll see you tomorrow.
Take care, Couch. Take care, brother. See you tomorrow.
Take care, Couch. See you, bro.
Take care. Mo, your thoughts, mate?
Yeah. To be honest, tomorrow is not going to be easy, but if we match their energy and their aggression, we'll beat them easy 4-0. Barkley, Ziyech, Ruben, and Chalobah. 4-0.
Specific. Chalobah, another one of them blinders from the halfway line. Hopefully.
You never know. He might be a header from the corner as well.
It might be a tap-in. Okay. We'll see. No, appreciate you, Mo. Thank you.
Okay,
cheers.
see you guys later. Okay,
see you
tomorrow,
Take care. Good night.
Okay, mate. Bye.
Boogeyman, your thoughts?
Listen. Tomorrow we're going to have a dynamic front three. Hopefully, we see the fluidity we saw against Norwich, and then hopefully we put a lot of goal in it, and then so we can prove that Chelsea team has enough to go all the way and win the league. Because I think if Ziyech, Hudson-Odoi, and Havertz manage to put at least 3 or 4 goals in it tomorrow, that will be a strong message to the league that even if Lukaku is not there, watch out. We come in and we blow you out of the water. So that's what I would like to see tomorrow. And it's nothing against Lukaku. I'm not happy that Lukaku is injured, but I think Lukaku not be available, put less stress on Tuchel to try that if the system we played last season was good or not, or he just didn't give enough time to the team to gel properly and start blowing him out. Because at this point right now, we know that, what I'm trying to say is maybe we were too rushed signing Lukaku. We just didn't give that team to understand Tuchel's system and start scoring those goals we saw yesterday. So my theory is I would like to see that happen again tomorrow and after tomorrow. And we're playing pretty much low-level teams. So I would like that to be confirmed 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Then even when Lukaku is back, we know for sure that Lukaku will be at ease to come back to the team, not feeling like, okay, I need to come back and help this team. I need to be the leader. I need to do the... No. He is 5 years here. We already know that. Even Werner does not feel like, okay, he has to score goals. He has to score goals all the time. No, we have a team. We have a system that can work without them. So tomorrow, I think we can still score a lot of goals. And hopefully, no injury. And then I'll be happy. That's all I expect for tomorrow. And Havertz needs to do exactly what he did last time. Dropping deep, dragging those defenders, move them right side, whatever it is, to open space for Hudson-Odoi, because the goal that Hudson-Odoi scored, anybody can go and watch that goal. The kid create a space, call the ball, run into it, and score it. So, listen, he's coming good, and hopefully Havertz can give me that chance again to do the same thing. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to see Cho starting tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Boogeyman. You know, I agree. I think Callum Hudson-Odoi, he's on the right path in regards to his performances, in regards to the way he's been playing. A game like this tomorrow could see him cement his position in the team. Tuchel is going to give him an opportunity, especially with the injury to Pulisic, Werner, and Lukaku. And by the way, Pulisic was training by himself today, so Pulisic is on the mend. He is coming back. I think
feel bad for him.
I think by the end of the international break, we will have all three back: Pulisic, Werner, and Lukaku. So
hopefully he doesn't go to play for international. That kid is weird sometimes.
I think Chelsea will need to give him another examination and say he's unavailable. Yeah, he's not available because the international break is really hurting us when it comes to Pulisic. People, we have 95 likes on the stream. We are 5 likes away from 100. If you haven't liked the stream yet, just hit the like button. It would mean a lot to hit 100 likes on the stream. I would really appreciate it. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll be doing a watch-along live. So be here 1 hour before kickoff while we react to the starting lineups, and then we'll try and watch the game together. It'll be an experiment. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, it'll be a successful one.
Yeah, if you want to see Boogeyman going after couch critics and MTD, tomorrow you better show up, guys. And click the like button also. Come on.
You smash it, everyone. Come on.
Yeah,
big up to everyone. Have a good night, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Peace out. Peace out, guys. Take care.
Bye.